Hello and welcome back to Appian tutorial series. In today's video, we will be exploring Appian's array functions. Appian provides several built-in functions to work with arrays. These functions allow you to filter, transform and manipulate data in a variety of ways. By the end of this video, you will be able to confidently use Appian array functions in your applications. First, let's quickly understand what an array is. An array is a data structure that holds multiple values in a single variable. In Appian, arrays are used to store collection of data types such as integers, strings, booleans, and even more complex types like records and CDDs. Now that we know what an array is, let's define one. I am calling it list, and this is gonna be of type number integer. We will cover following functions. Let's start with append function. It appends a value to the given array. This takes two parameters, array, the array to modify, value, the value to append. And it returns a new list that includes all the elements of the original list followed by the new element you wish to append. Here is an example. I am appending a single value to my list. If I now pass some test values and try to test this out, this returns me 5, 3, 2, 4. 4 has been appended to my list. Remember, when the array contains items of one type, the value must be the same type. If value is not the same type, a null is appended. Here I am trying to append a text value. And as you can see, it has appended a null value. That's because the text value cannot be added to an array of numbers. You can also append a list to another list. And when you do so, both lists are merged into a single list. Next, let's look at flatten function, which is used to convert a list of lists into a single flat list. Basically, it flattens a multi-level structure by removing one or more levels of nesting, resulting in a list with all the elements in one dimension. This takes only one parameter, list, that you want to flatten. Here is an example. With the help of for each and repeat function, I am trying to create a list of lists, as both the functions return lists, which has returned a nested list of arrays. Now we will wrap it inside a bang flatten function to remove the nesting, and it is going to return a single array. Moving on to another essential function, that is index, which is used to access or retrieve specific elements from a list. It allows you to retrieve a value from a given list by specifying its index. It takes three parameters: data, the list or dictionary from which you want to retrieve a value, index, the position used to retrieve a specific element, and default. Default value to be returned if the data or the index is invalid. Let's say if the index is not found in the data, it is going to return the default value. However, it's optional. I want to retrieve an element sitting at position 2, and in case the index is invalid, it should return 1 as my default value. This will return 3 because 3 is the second element in the list. Now if I pass 6 as my index, which doesn't exist in the list, this is gonna return the default value, which is 1. You can also retrieve values at multiple indexes. Moving on to a next function, that is insert, which is used to insert an element into a list at a specified position, which allows you to insert an element at a specific index, pushing the existing elements down and making space for the new element. This takes three parameters: list, the list into which you want to insert the element, index is nothing but the position in the list where the new element will be inserted, and last but not the least, value, the element you want to insert at the specified position. Remember, when the index value is greater than the array length or is less than 1, the value is appended to the right side of the array. Any values that are not the same type will not be added. For example, if I try to insert a text value to my list, this is going to insert a null value to the specified position. That's because the text value cannot be added to an array of numbers. You can also insert a value at multiple array indexes. In this example, 43 is inserted at position 2, and the element which was sitting at position 2 has been shifted to the next position, and then 43 has been inserted after the element 3. So basically it makes space for the new elements. Let's now talk the join array function, which concatenates the elements of an array together into one string and inserts a string operator between each element. This takes two parameters, array, an array of elements to be concatenated, separator, a string that will be inserted between each element of the given array. If no separator value is defined, then the values are concatenated without extra text. If I now test this out, it returns a single string. It has converted a list of text strings into a single string. I am joining a list of strings with a pipe, and as you can see here, this returns the elements of the list that are concatenated with pipe as a delimiter between them. Next, let's look at ldrop function, which drops a given number of values from the left side of an array and returns the resulting array. It takes two parameters, array, the array to modify, number, the number of values to drop from the array. Let's say we have a list of numbers and we would want to drop the three numbers from the left side of the array. It is returning 0 items. That's because the size of the array is equal to the given number, and it has dropped all three numbers from the list. If I now pass 4 as my number, which is greater than the size of the array, the output remains unchanged. If I pass 2, this will drop the first two elements from the list. Another useful function is length, which returns the number of items in an array. Length of Ri list will return 3, which is the number of elements in the array. If you have a list with null values, it is gonna skip those null values because this function doesn't count null elements. Moving on to a next function, that is rdrop, which drops a given number of values from the right side of an array. Ri list contains a list of numbers and passing the number as 1. This would return 5 and 3 because the last element 2 is dropped from the list. Moving on to our next function, remove, which removes the value at a given index from an array. It takes two parameters, array, the array from which you want to remove the elements, and index, the index whose value should be removed. I am removing one value at a time from the list, and it has removed the element sitting at position 3. You can also remove multiple values from a list by passing an array of indices. Now let's look at the reverse function, which is used to reverse the order of the elements in a list. It just takes a single parameter, that is list, the list whose elements you want to reverse. You just have to wrap your list inside reverse function and that will do. Let me just test this out, and the order of elements in the list is reversed. Moving on to a next powerful function. Update function inserts new values or modifies existing values at the specified index of a given array. It takes three parameters, array, the array in which you want to update an element, index, the index of the element to update, and the value, the new value to replace the existing element at the specified index. Suppose we have a list of numbers and we want to update the value at index 2. The output would be something like this, because the value at index 2 is replaced with 10. If you want to update an array which is of type numbers with a text value, the value at the specified index will be replaced with null. But when you update a list of text strings with an integer value, it converts the integer value to text value. Here 10 is not an integer anymore. Now let's talk about where function, which returns the indices where the values in the input array are true. This function is useful for finding values in an array that meet a certain criteria. Here I want the positions of all the numbers which are greater than 2. So we have 5 and 3 which are greater than 2, and it is returning the position of those two numbers. Now let's check the positions where the numbers are greater than 3. There is only one number in the list which is greater than 3, that's 5, and it has returned the position of number 5. Finally, let's look at the where contains function, which returns an array of indices that indicate the position of the values within the array. It takes two parameters, values, the values to find, and the array in which the values are found. We have a list of numbers and we want to find the element 2. In the list, it returns 3, which is nothing but the position of element 2. In the same manner, you can find the positions of multiple values in list. To recap, in this video we covered several important Appian array functions including index, length, flatten, rdrop, ldrop, where contains, which are incredibly powerful for working with arrays. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Appian tutorials and let me know if you have any questions in the comment below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers, bye bye.